What's up, everybody? If you want to join the greatest online Star Wars community, the Fandom Menace, make sure you hit that subscribe button before today's video starts, so you don't miss out on any updates and you're always the first to know when our newest videos go live.
The following is a world-class Bullshitters exclusive.
So if you have a pulse, you probably know what Marvel is. For the zombies among us, Marvel, known as Marvel Entertainment, is one of the world's largest entertainment companies, most known these days for their film universe, the MCU. Of the 23 films in the MCU, only one draws the fans' ire, Captain Marvel. So much in fact that Marvel is scared to the point of rebranding so they can avoid the incoming disaster. Sometimes successful things can have unforeseen consequences, and we're finally experiencing that with the MCU. Back in 2019, Captain Marvel was on everyone's lips, but not for good reasons. Outside of the blandest trailer in history, where smiling was forbidden, Captain Marvel was coming in colder than Brie Larson's personality. There was controversy, phantom ticket sales, and fan bashing from every reputable news outlet, this side of the Mary Sue. It was the stuff of legend. They altered the way Rotten Tomatoes operates too, because they needed to protect this film at all costs. In the end, it was all for naught as Captain Marvel brought in $1 billion. If all was well with this $1 billion winner, why would Marvel make the same mistake Coca-Cola wishes they could undo? Is Marvel making new Coke? Well, Coke could justify some of their stupid decisions, but not this time. Marvel is attempting something because they're desperate. In today's world, branding is key. According to Branding Magazine, branding is important because not only is it what makes a memorable impression on a consumer, but it allows your customers and clients to know exactly what to expect from your company. It's a way of distinguishing yourself from the competitors and clarifying what it is you offer that makes you the better choice. It's safe to say that Marvel has branded itself into a shitload of money. For years, they have been the undisputed champion of comic book films. That little red logo has millions of people around the world ready to open their wallets to see the newest flick, then run out and buy the dancing baby Groots, the Spider-Man action figures, and Captain America shields.
Merchandising!
Marvel knows what makes money, and it knows what doesn't. Captain Marvel made money at the box office, but not much elsewhere. In the month the film debuted, Captain Marvel's comic soared higher, faster, better, all the way to the number 58 spot. Before the film was even released, Captain Marvel merchandise was already being discounted across the country, and Captain Marvel is still a staple of discount chains all over the world, just like Disney Star Wars. None of that matters to the real fans. It made $1 billion, they say. Pop quiz, hotshot. If Captain Marvel was so hot, why are they rebranding her sequel to hide her from the audience? Yeah, I didn't think you'd have an answer. Marvel just dropped their Phase 4 tease, which went over about as well as a wet fart at Aunt May's house. And while some people are talking, nothing really stood out, except one thing. Take a look at the films announced. Black Widow, The Eternals, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, Thor, Love and Thunder, Spider-Man No Way Home, and Shang-Chi, The Legend of the Ten Rings. Yeah, it seems weird that Captain Marvel 2 is now the Marvels. Great, are they a cover band? She's the only character whose name doesn't appear. Every other film features the lead character. Even Z-list characters like Shang-Chi, which sound about as generic as can be, have their names in the title. But why not Captain Marvel, the flagship character of Marvel? Why? Easy. No one fucking likes her. I guess all that shit Brie Larson said really had an effect. I guess people got tired of the toxicity spouted off by the actress and the media who were so hell-bent on defending her. Seriously, every other film in the MCU features the character's name in the title. I'll spare you reading the list because you're already trying to figure that out in your head. If it's true, it is. Even in the Phase 4 announcement, we got films titled Black Panther Wakanda Forever, and he's not even in the film. See, if Marvel could have made a film called Wakanda Forever, they would have, but that would have been confusing. That's why Black Panther is a part of the title, so you know that it's part of the franchise. Thor, Ant-Man, the Wasp, Black Widow, they're all there, but why not Captain Marvel? Over at DC, they never took Batman's name out of the title of the film until The Dark Knight, which was another name for him. The sequel kept the Dark Knight branding itself. Same with Superman. Every Superman film featured his name until Man of Steel, which is his moniker. When the sequel rolled out, it was Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice. At least those names came first. Wonder Woman got a sequel titled Wonder Woman 84, and Aquaman 2 is probably going to be called Aquaman 2. Even with a failure like Birds of Prey, they threw in Harley Quinn's name because she herself is a recognized brand. So why is Marvel ditching Captain Marvel's name from the title? To some, it may sound unimportant, but this is a failure right in front of your eyes. Rebranding something that's successful rarely works. Raise your hand if you like money. Everyone does. Most people don't like burning money, but companies make decisions that seem like they do. Rebranding can fail spectacularly. Here's an example. Back in 2019, Weight Watchers decided to make a major change to its brand image, repositioning itself from being Weight Watchers to instead being wellness and well-being. This change was done in the wake of the online body positivity movement, as it believed Weight Watchers had too many negative connotations attached to it. As a brand, they wanted to broaden their clientele, inviting not only people who want to lose weight, but also people who want to make healthy life choices. However, sadly for Weight Watchers, this brand overhaul didn't go to plan. Despite the very uninspiring brand image, which we will get to in a little bit later, the new brand identity drastically impacted the company's bottom line, with a stock market earning of less than half. Not what you want from a rebrand. While we don't know how much the rebranding process and the campaign cost the company, we do know that it cost them in terms of membership and revenue. In the second half of 2018, they reported a loss of 600,000 members, with a dismal new membership number going into 2019. So, where did it all go wrong? Despite the very uninspiring and boring new logo, Weight Watchers' biggest slip-up is its rebrand that has been its name. The brand that has been known as Weight Watchers since it was first launched back in 1963, and has since become an instantly recognizable name in the weight loss world. Changing that was a huge gamble, and one that did not pay off. I guess she wasn't that successful in the first place, or else why would they run from putting Captain Marvel at the forefront of her own movie? They already shoved the character into places she shouldn't be.
Oh my.
So the Weight Watchers fiasco was one thing, but there's one more epic rebranding failure. There are books, podcasts, and one day a film about the massive marketing failure known as New Coke. New Coke was the reformulated soft drink that the Coca-Cola Company introduced on April 23, 1985 to replace its flagship drink in the hopes of revitalizing the brand and gaining market share in the beverage industry. The announcement sparked a furor, and within a few days, the decision to discontinue the prior version of Coke was called the biggest marketing blunder of all time. The company reintroduced the original Coke formula within 3 months, rebranded Coca-Cola Classic. The story of New Coke remains influential as a cautionary tale against tampering with a well-established and successful brand. Marvel is a successful brand. So successful, in fact, that the sub-brands are billion-dollar earners themselves. Each hero in the MCU is its own brand. The Iron Man movies have their own identity. The Captain America films redefined the superhero genre and had their own identity as well. And while the Captain America films felt different from the Iron Man films, each respective series felt on brand. Simply put, all the films worked together to create a unified MCU. Captain Marvel is running from what made it a billion-dollar picture because it was a continuity-breaking mess with a pariah for a lead actress. Marvel is dropping the Captain Marvel name from the title of the film and teaming her up with Kamala Khan and probably Monica Rambeau. Look at the logo. That S stands for shit. Okay, I'm joking, it's just part of the Miss Marvel logo, but what's the difference? Speaking of logos, the only Captain Marvel identifier was the Captain Marvel logo, and that isn't as iconic as Marvel would like you to think. She's not Batman or Superman or Wonder Woman. When I saw Infinity War, a lot of people were confused by that beeper, maybe because it was thrown in there last minute to generate hype. I'd buy that. Maybe that's why Thanos punched Captain Marvel out of the fucking movie.
You got knocked the fuck out, man!
Nobody wanted her. Why change Captain Marvel 2? Look at literally every other MCU film and see the hero's name above the title of the new film. Why is Marvel running away from Captain Marvel? I thought she was the greatest thing ever, their flagship character. Her name features the company name. It was repeating their big branding fail from a few years earlier. Ditch Spider-Man as their flagship hero and replace him with a character that shares the Marvel name and whose film rights were already owned by the parent company. The Captain Marvel-led Marvel rebranding made the face of their company an unlikable twat with a chip on her shoulder. Gone were the days of great power and responsibility. The new Marvel hates you, just as much as Brie Larson. I waited to say it, but I'll say it now. This is all Brie Larson's fault. All her activism speeches, all of her anti-white dude comments, all of her trolling / bad attempts at comedy killed the excitement about her joining the Avengers. She's a social pariah. People fucking hate her. Her YouTube channel can't catch fire, and no company will bank billions of dollars on her. Yes, her movie made cash, but that was because it was the penultimate film in the Infinity Saga. Put any MCU film in there, and it would have brought in the same amount of money. In 2019, Marvel was the hottest ticket in town. Now, not so much the case. It's too expensive to make excuses for Captain Marvel this time. Disney is going to do their best to make us all forget about their haughty build to Captain Marvel. It's too late for that. The fans were already told to fuck off. We're now past Endgame, a global pandemic snapped away the 2020 box office, and uncertainty has reared its ugly head again. It might just be the anemic Phase 4 or fatigue, but why is Marvel leading with a mostly B-team phase? To prove that the Marvel brand is strong? Clearly Marvel has other branding concerns, or else they wouldn't be trying to dupe viewers into thinking that this is all new and all different. There's the flip side of this argument. Some would argue the name change is more apt since this is the all-girl Marvel team-up film that they've been talking about. Not A-Force, which is fine because I don't think anyone could handle the cinematic equivalent of the girl power scene from Endgame. Rebranding is tricky, but this is blatantly obvious. Teaming up Captain Marvel with Miss Marvel isn't going to put butts in seats. If we take a look at the Square Enix Avengers video game, the Miss Marvel game in disguise, we can see, plain as day, that it's a fucking failure. So outside of a successful film, the Marvel sub-brand of Marvel Entertainment, confusing, I know, isn't that incredible. In a world where the heroes' names are supposed to be on the lips of millions, Marvel, the world's biggest superhero branding factory, wants to hide the fact that you're watching Captain Marvel 2, because if they call it Captain Marvel 2, the movie would take a nosedive. Audiences are sadly dumb enough to be duped by this too. In hindsight, my assessment of Brie Larson was accurate. She has cost Marvel a lot of money. It wasn't immediate, but her big mouth just talked herself out of headlining more superhero films. She's getting a sidekick. Oh good, the best Batman movies have Robin in them. I'm gonna put a pin in this one, though I have more to say about Marvel. But before I go, let's check this out. Ah, that always makes me happy. So folks, what do you think about this? I'm surprised to see Marvel rebranding right in the middle. Usually when something is happening, I know everything has a working title, but they never drop the superhero names out of the working title. Captain America 2 became Captain America the Winter Soldier. Captain America 3 became Captain America Civil War. Captain Marvel 2 becomes The Marvels. It's kind of confusing. Or maybe it won't be that serious, it'll be a film that no one talks about, because Captain Marvel's not that popular. So folks, thank you for watching. I'll be back next time with more. Before you go, make sure you subscribe to this channel and hit that thumbs up button, and let us know that you enjoy this video. We have it on good authority that both really help the channel. Speaking of help, I want to thank everyone who backed the comic. We reached the goals, we got the magnets, and now Stealing Solo is gone. Unless you want to pick up a book in demand. We have some copies left, and once they're gone, that is it. And be on the lookout for what's next for me, Jeff Hicks of World Class Bullshitters. So folks, I'm gonna get out of here. Be smart, be safe, be cool, but always be excellent to each other.